of Weekly Review. And we take a look at the week's top news stories, as covered here on Radio Havana, Cuba. It's a program heard every Sunday.
Okay, we're listening to Radio Havana, Cuba.
Radio frequencies.
And we'll
sunny
see what frequency we're on now. We're on
Sunday in Cuban capital.
600.
Let's jump right into some of those news stories that made the headlines this past week.
I don't know
Saudi
whether Fidel
Arabia intensified a bombing campaign on Yemen just
has
before
passed away or not. I know he's pretty bad off.
Saudi Foreign Ministry said that the pause would be renewed if it lasts, but then Saudi Arabia went on to violate its very own.
We are listening to Radio Cuba there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut Radio Cuba down
Saudi-led coalition
escalated another radio up here.
Took effect.
It's got Radio China International on it.
Minutes after
this is a Grundig Peel radio we're listening to here.
Once again.
So we'll go ahead and put the volume down on this. Okay, I'm going to move the tripod up here and see if we can get a copy on this other radio up here. All right. What we're looking at there now is an old Radio Shack DX392. That thing is probably 25 years old. We'll cut it on here. Well, it was already on. I just forgot to cut the volume up.
外交部驻香港特派员公署17号举办2015年上半年开放日活动，1700多名香港各界人士走进公署大楼，参观和了解公署的同时，感知祖国，感受外交。新疆维吾尔自治区发展和改革委员会近日已经批准并公布首批53个引入社会资本的示范项目，预计投资总规模达到2083亿元。
Okay, a while ago they were.
直播中国，中国新闻零历史。
A while ago they were.
你好，欢迎收听直播中国节目。
They were transmitting in English a while ago, and now they went back to Chinese.
上半时段，我们共同来回顾一下本周几个引人关注的社会热点话题。
But they do transmit in English. I was listening to an English version a while ago, and as the time changed here on the hour, they went back to broadcasting Chinese. But they do have the English language there in the Radio China International there. Okay, let's drop back down here to the other videos. I keep an eye on the time here. I only have 15 minutes here on this YouTube video. We'll drop back down here to the Grundig here and see if we can get all right, the lighting on it here. Okay, I will cut this one back on here and play around with this a little bit to see what kind of stations we can find on the Grundig here. We were tuned into Radio Havana, Cuba.
In East Jerusalem, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu recently managed to form his ruling coalition before a deadline for the formation of a new cabinet. He has announced a deal with the Jewish Home.
Latino y los americanos.
Faced with this urgent need, what does he do? Well, you notice that he doesn't send for the prospectors. He doesn't send for the water diviners. He doesn't send for these men who are experts in seeking and discovering fresh supplies of water. No, the whole message is that I digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham, his father.
Okay.
Now here again is the message. Surely that is sorely needed.
4 minutes.
Because the whole outlook seems to be the very reverse.
应急管理学会副主席曲国胜唱。
Valaquia, ambas sur del país. Son construcciones de 2-3 pisos.
No, let's try another frequency here. We'll go down here a little bit.
他救灾的物资
The very last event.
And then you...
Número 6,
A través.
Okay, we'll go ahead and cut that off. There are some shortwave, there are some foreign countries that broadcast on the shortwave radio band in their language, and then they will broadcast in English. So you, if you speak English, you'll want to catch the English version. Okay, we're going to move over here to the PC now and look at some virtual radio over here. Okay, we're looking at a virtual shortwave radio here on the PC now. I was trying to tune in some American language. You can hear they're transmitting in Chinese there too. Let's go over here and see what we can hear over here on this end. I don't know. Okay. I don't think anybody's speaking English on there.
A rundown little place, a rundown customer walks in carrying a high-kicked carrier bag.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the bag, it's an empty bag.
Of course, yeah.
So do you not get your phone line?
Help me out here. No. Well, maybe it was funny at the time. If everything is in close.
Okay, I finally found somebody that was speaking English.
Everything is in close.
But this is, if you want to look at this, it's radio SDR, and I'm now 9 minutes into the video, so I'm going to have to turn it off pretty soon. Radio SDR, and if you go back to, well, we don't want that, do we? Let's see, radio SDR. Okay. Now there is radio SDR right there, and you can see all the different stations that's on the computer there. I don't know whether I can get that in there well enough to read or not without getting the whole screen in there, but you can see that there are different radio stations on there, and there's one there. What we got here doesn't appear to be nothing there. Okay, we're listening to amateur radio now, and it's looking for the frequency is 7143. I don't know whether you can see it on there or not. 7143.
That's a very good idea, like a flashlight bulb or something like that.
Something.
Neon light. Okay, good
Okay, well, okay, I was giving you a brief demonstration of amateur radio there, and I see that we're now 11 minutes into the video, so we're going to have to sign off here very shortly here in the shack here as we end our session on software defined radio here. So with that, we'll shut everything down here, and yeah, we're 12 minutes into it now. Just take a look around the shack here. I am a ham radio operator, and I do have different radios here in the shack here as we at the Kentwood. There's two Kentwoods there, a TS520S, and that's I think that's a TS120 sitting over there, and we have a this light don't get to me over here. We have a couple other transceivers there. There's a Swan signal there, and up there on the other shelf we have the Tempo 1 up there. That's a transceiver there too, the Tempo 1 transceiver. Okay, we're now 13 minutes into the video, and I don't want to have to do any cutting and clipping on it, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. And we do have like a 360-degree ham radio shack here. So and do enjoy it very much. Shortwave radio, ham radio, virtual radio, SDR, and Morse code. Just about anything having to do with radio. So we like it here. And we also, as we're getting into 13 minutes here now on the video, 13 minutes. There's an ICOM sitting there. I don't have the light on it the way it should be, but there's an ICOM sitting there. I use that for PSK31 and so forth. Okay, we're going to say 73s here as we roll up on 14 minutes here on the video, and enjoyed the 73s, and God bless.